We start with forward chart. First of all, if you refer to our analysis in my last video, we didn't have the update for quite a long time because the way the market is moving is not as fast as what we have been looking for. By the way, if you refer to my last analysis when the price was here, we discussed about this flat and even about 20K. Then we mentioned as long as the price haven't break the previous low, which is this one, then if we get any opportunity for buy, we will take it. And this is what we have been looking for. And I mentioned the first target I'm looking for is 22780. With the breakout of this one, we have been looking to see the breakout of 24,200. And I mentioned, if we want to look for the long term, we have to see the breakout of this zone. And as we can see, at the first time the price tag or the first target, right, we see the rejection. The second times it tagged the second target, there was no breakout. The second time, 2 times, and the third time. All right. Now, because we mentioned if you want to look for buy from here, the stop loss should be below this. And right now, if anyone holding the trade from here, either move their stop loss to break even or either below here or here. Depends on the risk and reward they have been looking for. But at least move their stop loss to break even. Because as we can see, 3 times the price couldn't break. The possibility for the next drop is very high. It doesn't mean the price cannot continue from here. We have to manage or trade in case the price couldn't continue. Because if you put this stop in relative to the previous one, if we refer to the indicators, we see we had a divergence and as well here. All right. And with the breakout of the previous stop, which is this one, mostly we can expect to see the divergence based on MACD and the other indicators we cannot confirm at this point. All right. That's why we have to manage over trades if anyone wants to keep the trade for the long term. But as what we have been looking for, the price tag, the both of the target, especially this one, and there was no breakout. Now we want to see what's the next. We start with the higher time frame. We start with the weekly chart. All right. The only things I want to highlight here, whether this is the start of the reversal or this one is going to give us another reversal, another correction similar to what we have here for the next drop. We need to be quite careful about this if anyone wants to look for trade as a long term, because if we refer to the indicators, we don't see the divergence based on the weekly chart. That means the possibility for the next drop following by divergence before we get the reversal is there. All right, but it doesn't mean the price cannot reverse from here. Now we want to see what's the next. Based on the weekly, we don't have any reversal point. And if we move to daily chart, the only things I want to highlight here is that the way the market is reversing is very corrective, and it is not even similar to what we had here. That means the possibility for the next drop, again, we are not looking for sell, but if anyone wants to look for buy within this move based on lower time frame, they should look for the trade based on lower time frame, and it should be a short-term trade. And even if the price reverse from here, we want to see whether the price can break the previous low, which is somewhere around 28,300 or not. Even based on daily chart, as we can see, we mentioned in my last analysis, if you wanted to look for the divergence, this is the only way. This is not the correct way. Just I want to highlight. That means we don't have the divergence, and even based on the MACD, in the bigger picture, we have a divergence, but based on lower time picture, based on this two, we don't see the divergence. That's why when the price reversing as a corrective, the possibility for the next drop following by divergence is very high. And if the price drop as a sharply, we can look for the 12,500, 12500. If we get one more drop following by divergence, it can give us better trade for the, if anyone wants to look for buy. All right. It doesn't mean we have to look for sell. We are not looking for sell. We are looking for buy. But if anyone want to look for buy within this move, we have to look for trade as a short term based on lower time frame. Rather than that, we don't see any other opportunity. We don't see any trade setup for buy. Okay. And we don't need this line anymore. And even if you want to look for the this one, we can look at this one as a three wave internally, following by these two in the bigger picture as a 1, 2, 3, following by divergence. Now we want to see what's the next. That's why if the price continue and tag the previous top, following by divergence, mostly based on MACD, we can see this one can turn to a more complex pattern. That's why the possibility for the next drop is very high. Again, the reasons I'm highlighting about all these things, when the price reversing as a corrective, as I highlighted based on daily chart, any trade should be short term. And based on forward chart, I don't see any trade set up for buy. And even if you move to 1 hour chart, I don't think it doesn't mean we cannot look for trade by having entry above the stop, but it's not a really good idea because our stop loss should be somewhere below this, and the risk and reward we are looking for is not really good. It doesn't mean the price cannot continue, but we are talking about the trade setup. For me personally, I'm not looking for the trade from here unless this one turned a deeper correction. Then from there, I will make a decision whether I should look for buy or not. And at this point, whoever get the trade for buy, as what I highlighted based on forward chart right now, at least move their stop loss to break even, because we have been looking for buy from here or book some profit. Anyway, we just follow the chart. If I see any update, I will share. Thanks.